Welcome to another sketchbook tour. Sketchbook tour number 5, I think. I used the same sketchbook as last time, which is the Talens Art Creation A5 sketchbook, which I think is really nice because the paper is really kind of soft, which I like. As you can see, I decorated a bunch of stickers. So let's open it up. I started it in March 2024, so that's been like a year and a half. The first page is usually not the best page. It's kind of ugly, this one. I think I was just testing out some markers. It's not great. Not a great opener. But then this one's better. Here I drew a crow with colored pencils, and I wanted to use as little black as possible, which is a fun challenge because a crow is pretty black. I do like how it turned out, but the proportions are a little bit off. Like the feet are a bit too small and the head is a bit too big, but still fun to try. Then this is actually one of my favorite pages in the whole sketchbook. It's charcoal with, what is this called? Conte pencil. These are both self-portraits. So I just made the background with gray and then erased some of it to make the white stand out more, which is really fun. And then I thought I should do this more often, and then I never did it again, which you'll see will be a recurrent theme in the sketchbook. On this side, I don't know what I was doing. I was just scribbling, and this is a list of mushrooms I wanted to illustrate for a poster of edible mushrooms you can find in the Netherlands, and this is an overview of all 20 of them that I could find. I think I ended up illustrating like 16 of them in a poster. These are like quick sketches just to figure out what they look like and which ones are nice enough to include in the painting. This is for a commission. This is for a school assignment actually. You see that? Yeah. So I did a master in scientific illustration, and for one of the assignments we had to dissect a part of the human body. So I did the human hand and I dissected the dorsal side of the hand. I wanted to show the superficial layers, so all the tendons and then the muscles underneath. So after dissecting, I made a sketch of what I wanted the final illustration to look like. So it's just these hands interlocking, and then on one side you can see the tendon. This is a sketch for an oil painting. These are very quick life drawing sketches of some cows. I do like them. They're very loose and very quick, but I mean they were moving quite fast, so I had to do it like this, but it was still really fun. Another sketch for that painting. This is just some marker scribblings. Oh, this is fun. Here I just drew stuff that was on my desk, just very loose with a marker, no pencil sketch beforehand, and it's nice. I like working with markers because it really loosens you up, you know, like you're not as stiff when drawing. Oh, I think here I got a new marker, a new pen. This was last summer when I went to Utrecht, which is where I live now. So this is nice to look back at. With that same pen, I drew these. I really like these. They're very nice. And these are some sketches I did in France because my dad moved to Normandy. I wanted to sketch the house, but I got bored and it's really rough and I don't love how it looks. So then I painted a little bit of the landscape, which is also very rough and I also don't like it that much, but it's fine. These two I do really like. I drew these at the beach, Omaha Beach. I found some shells which I also took home. And I drew them, and they're very cute. And that's some live drawing of some people. This is my boyfriend. And then, Jesus Christ. Sometimes just to loosen up, I like to draw just random stuff without thinking. And sometimes it turns out nice, and sometimes it's something weird like this. And it's kind of ugly. But then I was ready to draw some horses, which look a little bit better. Like, these are all live drawings, so I again had to draw very quickly, and some chickens. I do not like this self-portrait. The proportions are so off, it looks really weird. I don't like it, let's skip that. Oh, this is also for an assignment for school. Let's see. It's charcoal. It's a background for one of the illustrations I did for a war pigeon. So this is like a war background, I guess, from World War II. I kind of wish I sprayed it because it's transferring on the other page. Some drawings of shells and also my boyfriend. I do like this one. I drew it with colored pencils, and I sometimes like to give myself challenges. And for this one, I wanted to not use any brown, so I only used these colors. And he has brown hair and a brown beard, so that was a fun challenge to do, to just mix a bunch of colors to still make it sort of look, well, maybe not make it look brown, but to make it look like convincing hair. And yeah, I think I pulled that off. Some life drawings. I like this page a lot. I got a new pen, which, do I have it here? No, I don't, damn it. It's a really thin gel marker, or pen. It makes really thin, fast lines, like the ink comes out really easily, which is really, really nice. And these are the first sketches and brainstorming ideas for my thesis. So my thesis for my master was about the Waddenzee, which is a sea up north in the Netherlands. And I needed to create several different illustrations for it, conveying the landscape and the sea life and whatever. But these are just like the very quick sketches, which were actually very helpful. I think I ended up doing 7 different illustrations. These are some more elaborated ideas for a mosaic. And I actually have the thesis right here. It's finished. I'll talk about it in a different video, so stay tuned for that. Oh yeah, you can see the sketch for the cover page and then the actual cover. That's fun. So you'll see a lot of drawings for my thesis in this sketchbook, because I drew a lot of animals in this sketchbook, scanned them in, and then used them in Photoshop. And this is just an overview of the different animals I wanted to include, or I thought I was going to include. Not all of them are included in the thesis, but these are kind of quick pen sketches, just so I know what they look like. And then also I wrote down the size, or the general size of each animal. And I color coded them to which sort of habitat they live in. Yeah, it was a it was a bit of a mess, but I got it done. This is a more elaborated sketch of one of the illustrations. Maybe I shouldn't talk too much about it because I'm gonna talk about it in a different video too. Oh, this was in the Natural History Museum in Maastricht. I went there with a friend and we drew these taxidermy animals, which was really fun. I like this page. I like using colored pencils a lot because it's a bit softer than graphite pencils and it doesn't smudge as much, which is nice. Then we went to a skating rink and I quickly drew some people. These are sketches for a commission, and then this is more thesis stuff. So this is where all of the animal sketches will start. There's a lot of pages of just this. Oh, I forgot about these. Besides graphite, I also inked a few just for fun. I didn't use these in my thesis, these ink drawings, but I did give a few away, I believe. So these are all animals included somewhere in the thesis. In one of the illustrations, there were multiple illustrations. So I drew it with graphite and then colored it in Photoshop, which saved me a lot of time, because as you can see, it's a lot of animals. Another sketch for one of the illustrations. And then I got a little bit bored of just using graphite, so I wanted to use color again, so just for fun I made this page. So yeah, this sketchbook has both like professional work and fun work. And we're back to Thesis. A lot of worms. And the seagrass. And oh, these are nice. These are me and my boyfriend had this idea to write a story for one of our friends. And to then also make illustrations for the story, kind of like a children's story. So it's about this bear, Jimmy, who wakes up in the middle of winter during hibernation and he can't really fall asleep again. So he just goes outside, and instead of finding some food that he wants to find, he finds a lot of friends. And these are all of his friends. So yeah, I just drew like the characters really quick. It's really fun. And then this is the first page of 2025. More thesis stuff. When does it end? There's so many illustrations of these animals. Ah, another colorful page. So yeah, like I said before, sometimes I get bored of all the monochrome graphite pages, so I just like to use color once in a while. I really like this one. Crazy worm, more thesis stuff. This is also just for fun. These are sketches for another painting, I think. And ooh, my mom actually found a badger skull. Let me get it. Which is really cool, and she gave it to me, so I drew it from the side, and then also from the side. This is just a pen sketch where I didn't use any pencil, also as a challenge, just for fun. But then I also made a more elaborated graphite drawing of it, which I don't have here, but yeah. Sketch for a painting. Other sketches for a painting, which this video is already up on YouTube. And I follow this artist on Instagram, because I saw them at a Christmas market in Maastricht, and they make really cool art. They make like watercolor bluish background and then draw on top of it with ballpoint pen. So I wanted to use a similar technique, and I think it turned out really well. So I used a blue marker, this one, and then just made like the outlines, and then wetted that with a brush to create like this sort of watercolor look behind it, and then went back in with the ballpoint pen for the details, which was really fun. And again, I thought, oh, that's something I will do again, and then I never did it again. Why does that keep happening? I don't know. So this is the last two I did. These are just some doodles. This, I don't know if you know the painting, what's it called? La Belle Dame sans Merci. I love this painting so much. I want this in my home. So I thought, why don't I just make it? Why don't I just recreate it? So I had this grand idea. This was in March, I believe, to do a master study on this painting. So far I've only done a few sketches. I haven't started the painting yet, but I will soon. Yes. over here. It's very light. I kind of wish I used a darker pencil for it, but I want it to be very soft and careful. But yeah, this is just a study, just to study the details and stuff, and there's so many of them, so the painting is also gonna take a long time. But since I'm a graduate now, I have all the time in the world. This is a friend's dog. She's very sweet. The faces were a bit wrong in the drawing you just saw, so I tried to redraw them to study them again, and I'm still struggling. Which is annoying. Some women and markers. This was on vacation in Luxembourg. These are plants you might not think are very interesting looking, but they were actually really fun to draw. And I also found this shell. More sketches for that story. Then we had a botanical workshop at school, and we also had one last year. And last year I only did one drawing because I did a stippling technique, which takes a pretty long time. And this year I wanted to do it differently and use several different techniques. So I made several drawings. This was, I think, during the lecture. Just a ballpoint pen of some tulips that were like drooping over a little bit. Color pencil for spider lily, which I didn't finish. I don't know why. And then a pen drawing of a peony. Then some colored pencil drawings. I do quite like this one. I think it looks very light on camera, but oh well. This was at a very fun jam session somewhere in Maastricht with me and my friend. So she drew this page and I drew this page. I like how we both drew the same guy. That's pretty fun. She has a very different style, but I do really like it. And some shells, which I really like these. And also this seahorse. This I drew at a museum in Brabant, I think, Tilburg. This I drew at the park. I don't love it. I initially just drew like the outlines with this brown marker, and then I decided to color it in, and I shouldn't have done that because it looks very messy now. Yeah. Oh well. I also got a new brush, like one of those traveler's watercolor brushes that you can fill with water, and some new paint, so I tried both of those out. Some fun doodles. This is really fun. I just went, where did I go? Somewhere by the river, I think. And this grass casts a shadow on the page, so I just traced the shadows and it looks really fun actually. It's also one of the plants that I saw that I just drew on the spot. And then I made a lino cut of this guy because I thought it looked really pretty. It was really fun to do, which again, I told myself I should do this more often. So far I haven't done it again, but there's still time. I will do it again, I hope. Oh, you can see all of that. With a few people, we went somewhere to, what's it called? Plein air. So I drew this building near our school. Some lichen on a piece of bark, which, looks fine. And my shoes. And then these are quick sketches for a commission. And I really like this page. This is, these are like sketches for small oil paintings. I bought a bunch of really small canvases at the like art store. So I made this one. Oh no, there's a bug. I made this one. And I first wanted to sketch out just like the general shadows and stuff. And then this one. This one's kind of bad. Like the drawing at least. Painting is fine. And they're so cute and it didn't take long at all. It was really fun. And this one is this one. So I like doing small paintings because it's faster. Canvases are very cheap and it's great for practicing. So that I will definitely do again. Hopefully. We'll see if I actually do. This is another sketch for another painting, which is another oil painting, which is a gift for someone. I'm really happy how it turned out. I should paint more flowers. Will I? We'll see. We're almost done. Yeah, this is the last page I did. This is just empty. This is just a drawing of the tower in Utrecht. What is this called in English? Domtoren? I don't know. The church tower in the city center. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I really like these sketchbooks and I do really recommend them. I already bought a new one and started in it. I don't know how long it will take to fill, but yeah, stay tuned for more. And again, thank you for watching and I'll see you in one of my next videos. Bye!